Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. So I have been planning on filming a inventory series where I go over all of the numbers for each of the categories of makeup that I have in my collection. And I'm rapidly running out of 2023. So I figured we better get started. Now, my original intent was to get this all done before the end of the year. But listen, I don't know how your 2023 has gone. December was a wild month, capping off a wild year. So we're probably going to be going into January, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all in the spirit of new things. January is kind of like a month of new beginnings for me. So I feel like it's as good a time as any to kind of reflect a little bit, set some new goals. I do want to let you know what my perspective on my makeup collection is before I get into the numbers. Basically, listen, I have an enormous amount of makeup. I have a lot of makeup. I am a lifelong makeup lover, and I have a lot of makeup. What I don't have is an enormous amount of guilt about the amount of makeup that I have. I'm just not sorry. I know that that's a more common perspective to have in the beauty space here online, is to have a lot of embarrassment, to be very apologetic about the size of one's collection, and I'm just not okay. None of this makeup represents debt or financial hardship or what I would feel like are compulsive behaviors necessarily. I know that that's definitely a thing that some people struggle with, and I have so much compassion for that. And this is a completely 100% judgment-free zone, okay? And I do understand the reason why a lot of people feel the need to preface declutters and inventory videos with an apology for the size of their collection. Because the internet can be a very judgmental place. A lot of people are going to have opinions. I just want you to know up front that I am not sorry. This is my hobby. It brings me so much joy. I love trying new things. I love trying new colors, new formulas, new techniques. I love having a wide variety of things to choose from when I'm doing my makeup in the morning. I crave a variety, and my collection absolutely reflects that perspective. However, I do think balance is important. So as I'm going through the numbers for each of these categories, I'm going to let you know which categories I'm going to be going on a no buy or a low buy for the coming year of 2024. And this isn't because necessarily I'm feeling overwhelmed with the size of my collection or things are going to waste necessarily. Well, I mean, listen, I have a lot of makeup. I'm never going to be able to use it all on this face in my lifetime. So by pure definition, there is some waste there. However, when I approach purchasing makeup, I'm purchasing the experience that I'm going to gain from that makeup, not necessarily the technical use of every last drop, if that makes sense. So the reason I want to go on a low buy or a no buy for some of these categories is because I feel like I've reached the upper threshold with some of them where the number of items I have in that category, it's the maximum number of items I can have in that category and still use and enjoy what I have. Not necessarily use up, because again, it's a very large collection, but use and enjoy, because really that was my intent when I purchased these items in the first place, was to get use out of them and to enjoy them. So that is how I'm approaching this. It's not purely based on a numbers thing. The category in which I have the most number of items, I am not going on a no buy or low buy, because it is the category I derive the most enjoyment from, trying new things. So if something comes along in 2024 that just really sparks something for me, I'm pretty much 100% gonna buy it. So it's important to be honest with yourself. When you're making commitments, it's important to really know yourself and know what you're capable of. Okay, so that's that. Let's get into some numbers here. Okay, so for foundation, and this is as of the end of the year as far as I'm concerned, I don't intend to be purchasing any more makeup in the few days remaining before January of 2024. If I do, I will update you in a later video, but I don't think that's going to happen. So my inventory, I have everything written down here in my bullet journal. I know a lot of people are all about that spreadsheet life, but I don't know, I'm old-fashioned, I guess, and I love writing it down by hand. So foundation. For foundation, as of the end of this year, I have 30, number scared me a little, 33 foundations. 33 foundations. Okay, listen, this used to be my favorite category. Favorite category. It was the one that interested me the most because I couldn't find a foundation that just really suited me. And I was on the hunt to find the perfect one. And I finally realized that it's because of my skin undertone. I am a light medium with a slightly cool, muted, that means there's a lot of gray in my skin, undertone, olive undertone. So I've got some gray, I've got some green, but the green is more on the blue side than it is on the yellow side. And the number of foundation companies that make a foundation that perfectly match my skin are 0. Okay, and I have tried I have tried a lot of foundations. So a lot of this foundation category is my experimentation, trying to find something that suited me both in formula, but also in color. And I eventually discovered somewhat recently that I needed to mix. Mixing, I have to mix everything. So I have some blue mixers that I mix into pretty much every foundation that I wear. I have some adjusters to adjust the foundation lighter or darker because there are some instances in which I can find a foundation that's too deep for me but has the right undertone, and I can wear it just if I lighten it, etc. So 33 foundations, and this is a category I'm going to be putting myself on a low buy, which means if I want to try something new, I'm going to have to either finish one of these foundations or declutter it. So for concealer, I have 11 concealers. That is a fair number of concealers and is actually a little surprising to me, but I seem to have accumulated 11 concealers. And this is a category I'm going to put myself on a no buy for because I pretty much have everything I need here. I have a hydrating concealer. I have a spot concealer. I have a few that are great underneath the eyes. I have ones that I enjoy, like kind of all over on no foundation days. I have some concealers that highlight really well. I've got my bases covered. So that one is going on a no buy for 2024. For correctors / mixers, now this includes under eye correctors. I don't really use any color correctors on my face other than a peachy corrector on occasion. So the peachy correctors and then the adjusters that I use to mix into my foundation to adjust their shades. I have 15 of those. A few of those are the under eye type correctors. I'm kind of experimenting, trying to find an alternative to my kind of holy grail blue mixer. And so I have a couple of different versions of that I'm going to be working through. I have some adjusters that will adjust a foundation darker or lighter. And I have some in cream format. Oh, no, I'm at 14. 14, yeah, that one I decluttered already. I don't know, I didn't mark it down. Yeah, so 14. I have some that are in a cream format because I have some cream foundations and it's very difficult to mix a cream foundation or adjust the shade of it with anything other than a cream. So that is 14 correctors and mixers. So for primers, I have, and the correctors and mixers, I'm going on a no buy for that. I've got everything I could possibly need. I will go through pretty much all of it though. For primers, we're at 7. I have 7 primers. This is a category I'm going to put myself on a low buy, specifically because of one of the products that is my holy grail, and it is I'm going to be finishing it up probably within the next couple of months. And as soon as it is gone, I am 100% going to be repurchasing it. So I'm going to put myself on a low buy for that. Not because I need more primers, but because that one in particular, I will not live without it. I can't live without it. So low buy for that one. Setting sprays. I have 9 setting sprays. I use setting sprays pretty often. I have a few different types of setting sprays that I like. I like to have the type of setting spray that sort of helps melt your makeup together, reduces any powdery look, etc., etc. And I have a holy grail for that and a backup, because this is the sort of thing that it's not a fun category for me necessarily, so I like to buy backups when they go on sale. I prefer only to buy these on sale. So I have a couple of backups of my holy grail for that purpose. I also like having a fixing spray that will actually glue my makeup on and make it last all day, and I have one of those and a backup for that as well. And then I have basically a heavy duty version of a fixing spray, the type of fixing spray that you're only going to use if you're like going to an all-day event or a work conference or a concert or something where it just needs to be hairspray for your face. So I've got one of those, and those are the types of setting sprays that I like to keep around. I've got everything I need. I seem to have backups for everything that I need, so that one's going on a no buy as well. For bronzer, I have 6 bronzers in both cream and powder formats. This one is going on a low buy, not because I need more bronzer, but because I just like bronzers. And if a bronzer comes out that I want to try, I'm probably going to try it. Just got to be honest. So for contour, I have 6 contours. I think at least one of them is almost about to be used up. I'm adding it into my 24 and 24 as kind of a gimme item, kind of one that's going to be easy for me to finish, and that'll drop it down to 5, but I have sufficient for my needs, so that's to be going on a no buy as well for the next year. Powder. For powder, I have 7 powders, and that one's going on no buy as well. I've got everything I could possibly need. I've got some really lovely powders. I don't see myself needing or wanting anymore in the next year. For blush, okay, this is one I've gone back and forth on. I have, at last count, 25 blushes. Most of them were acquired this year. This was the year of blush for me. I discovered it, I think. I discovered blush. I used to not care at all about blush, but all of a sudden I wanted to get my hands on every formula in every color, and it was just, there was a lot of experimentation this year, and I had a lot of fun. But as a result, I have 25 blushes. Part of me is like, let's go on a no buy. You don't need, listen, you've got every color in every formula. The other part of me is just like, yeah, but what if there's a really pretty one? So I'm going to tentatively put myself on a no buy, but I'm not going to judge myself too hard if my resolve breaks, just because I've just been having so much fun trying different blushes. So we'll see how I get along with that one. For highlighters, I have 8 highlighters, which actually surprised me a little bit because I'm not a huge highlighter user. I don't use highlighter on a daily basis, and because of that, I'm never going to use any of these up. Never. Actually, there is one I'm pretty sure I will be able to use up in the coming year. It's a liquid highlighter, or cream. It's kind of like a gel consistency highlighter. We'll talk about it when I go into detail on these the items in these categories. I'll show you all the products and we'll talk a little bit about them. But yeah, I have 8 highlighters. I'm not hugely excited about highlighters, so that one is going on a no buy. Here's the big one. This is the big one, okay? Eyeshadow palettes. Oh my gosh, listen. I love eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow. I love it particularly in palette format. I love just opening up an eyeshadow palette and just drawing inspiration from the color story and reinventing myself, you know, based on whatever I see in that palette. And I have a lot of eyeshadow. I have, as of last count, 69 eyeshadow palettes. 69 eyeshadow palettes. A fair number of these. Here's the thing about the 69 eyeshadow palettes is at the beginning of the year, I decluttered probably half of that and then proceeded to reacquire. So you would think, Rebecca, surely that is enough eyeshadow for anyone. And it is. I fully acknowledge it is enough for anybody. This is one of the categories that I just derive the most joy from. So no, I'm not going on a low buy or no buy. If something comes out in 2024 that is just really amazing, I'm probably gonna buy it. You know, something that just really just sparks my interest. This number will probably go up. So it'll be interesting to see by the end of the year how much it has gone up. I will watch with interest to see how that one turns out. Next category is eye primer. I have 7 eye primers, and I'm putting myself on a low buy for that one. The only reason we're going low buy and not no buy for the eye primers is because I only have, of those eye primers, only one of them is a sticky glitter base, and I do feel like that is a necessity in my collection. And so if I am in the position where I need to replace the sticky glitter base, I will repurchase that. So yeah, we're going to just go on. I don't intend to, I don't need any other kind of primer. I've got, 5 of the other kind of primer. So yeah, if I need to buy a new glitter glue, I will. Otherwise, we're good on eye primers. Liquid liner. I have, that's not right. I have more than 5 liquid liners. I must have written something down wrong. Yep, 10. I wrote that down, the 5, and then I bought 5 more. I don't know exactly what came over me. Oh, I think I know what it is. My favorite liquid liner got discontinued, and I have just basically been on a hunt trying to find one that I like as much. I don't believe I found one, but now I have 10 liquid liners to use. So the hunt continues, but not next year. We're going on a no buy. We're going on no buy next year for liquid eyeliner. For the next category is is mascara. I really don't wear mascara. I tend to more use the DIY eyelash extension, the type you do at home, the Lashify type lashes that you glue underneath your natural lashes. I use those almost exclusively, and so I very rarely use mascara. I have 3 mascaras. 1.5 of them probably needs to be trashed at this point. Absolutely one of them needs to go. But yeah, I don't see myself buying any more mascara just because I wear it so rarely. Then we have brow products. I have 4 brow products. That one's going on a low buy simply because brow products are absolutely something I use up and then need to replace. And so I can see myself using up what I have and then buying more. Pencil liner. I have 12 pencil liners. Part of the reason I have so many pencil liners is because when I'm doing colorful looks, I really like to have a color that matches the color scheme on my waterline. I find that really fun. So I have your blacks and your browns, but I also have a white one. I have a nude one. I have some lavender. I have a yellow. I have a bright blue, a minty green, etc., etc. I don't actually have a minty green anymore because my 1-year-old got a hold of that one and destroyed it. Baby tax. So I am actually on the hunt for another one of those. So I'm not going to put myself on low buy or no buy for pencil liners because I am looking to replace that green eyeliner my kiddo destroyed. Next category is cream with liquid eyeshadows. I actually really enjoy a cream or liquid eyeshadow. Well, I really enjoy a liquid eyeshadow, especially the matte ones. I really enjoy a matte liquid shadow as kind of a base for an eye look. So I have quite a few of these. I have 16 cream or liquid eyeshadows. I'm not going to go on a low buy or no buy for this either. It's a fun category for me. I have a number of like the metallic or glittery ones as well. But most of these I bought for the mattes. I have a few of the kind of the jelly ones as well. It's just a fun category for me. I enjoy experimenting with cream and liquid eyeshadows, so I don't think I'm going to put that one on a no buy or low buy either. We'll see what happens. Next is the single shadows / pigments, and I don't think my count is correct here because I know that there were a few of these I was counting in here that are actually, I have moved to my nail art. I use them on my nails more than I use them on my eyes, and so I've moved them to nail art. So I don't think 9. Let me check. So yeah, I have 9 single shadows / pigments. The rest of the ones on this list I have moved to my nail art box. I'm not huge on single eyeshadow or pigments. I don't use them terribly often, but they are one of the areas that I like to experiment with. I kind of have my eye on a duochrome or multi-chrome single shadow. So I don't think I'm going to put myself on a no buy or low buy for that category either. Next category is eyeshadow sticks. Now this has a category of its own because I used to have several more of these, but I have since passed them on to friends, so I only have 2 left. It doesn't really justify its own category. I should probably lump these in with my eye pencils, but as it is, I just have 2 of them. I'm not going to put myself on a no buy or low buy. I don't think I'm going to buy any more. I don't use them terribly often, but I don't foresee myself buying anymore. Okay, my next category is lip liners, and I have 11 lip liners. Is that right? Nope. My count was short. I have 15 lip liners. And I think I'm going to go on a no buy for lip liners as well. I don't foresee myself needing more than what I have. Okay, lipstick is my next category. I have 28 lipsticks. That's a lot of lipstick. Lipstick is just one of those fun categories for me. I feel like it's one of those areas like single shadows or pigments where it might not be a daily use thing, but it's an easy way to experiment with my look, if that makes sense. So I don't think I'm going to put myself on a low buy or no buy for that one either. It's just a fun category. It's a fun category to try new things in. Liquid lips and lip stains. I have those. So the lipsticks was purely the creamy bullet type lipsticks. Liquid lips / lip stains. I have 14 of those. I'm not going to put myself on no buy or low buy for those either, just for the same reason. It's just a fun way to change things up and a fun thing to experiment with. Although I know that they do expire more quickly than, for instance, powder products, but I'm not too terribly fussed about that. Or trying to use every bit of something before it expires. I've got other things to worry about. For lip glosses / balms / oils, I am going to put myself on a low buy for that category, simply because it's less of it doesn't change your look a whole lot. Those generally speaking, the type of lip glosses that I prefer don't have a ton of pigment in it. It's less of an experiment, and I have a holy grail formula that once I run out, I'm like on 4th tube of this holy grail lip gloss. Once I run out, I absolutely will buy another one. But aside from replacing that one, I don't see myself needing any others. Last category is face palettes. And the number I have written here is 20. But since then, I have bought 2 more. I bought 2 more during one of the after Christmas sales. It's still in the mail on the way to me, but I'm going to count it in the end of year totals, even though it probably won't reach me until January. So I love a good face palette. I don't know. There's something just delicious to me about a face palette. I just love a good face palette. I know a lot of people are annoyed by them. I really like face palettes that are like all-in-ones that have eyeshadow and also face products. I know that those are more difficult to formulate in a way that's going to be flattering for a lot of people. But I don't know. I just really love a good face palette. So I'm not going to put myself on a low buy or no buy for those either. If something amazing comes out next year, I will probably buy that one too. Okay. That's pretty much it. Those are my numbers for all the categories in my makeup collection. In the next few videos, we'll go ahead and we'll just break down those categories. We'll talk about all of the individual products that are in each of those categories. I'll show you the products, talk to you a little bit about the thought process behind the purchase, what I think of the products, how they've performed for me. It'll be a lot of fun. So that sounds good. Come on back. It's been good to have you. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.